And I'm going to go ahead and jump into the content with everyone right now so that we can make the most of our time together. Sound good? All right. I also want to just acknowledge and thank those of you that have been so incredibly active in our community. It's been amazing, and I am so, so grateful for your leadership within the community. It's been absolutely amazing to see how you support each other, how you're providing your perspective, your viewpoint. It's been amazing. And so, so grateful for all of you that have taken the opportunity to create connection and to really invest in the success of not just your own messaging, positioning, your own audience definition, but those of other people. The fact that you have so generously led in the development of your own playbook, but you have also helped curate and develop and shape the playbook of everyone else is just absolutely amazing. So let's jump in. Now, last week, we just talked about the importance of visibility opportunities, visibility boosting opportunities, like how to pitch and position yourself effectively for podcasts, for features, and for significant exposure. We also talked about how to apply real world proven media strategies that actually get attention. And we also talked about how to use visibility to grow your authority and your revenue potential. Now, this week, I'm going to focus on how to identify your best fit visibility platform and make it your growth engine. And we're going to talk about why consistency beats complexity every single time. And lastly, we're going to cover how to align your strategy to the platform that delivers your best engagement and return on investment. Now, I will say that each of these actions is powerful on its own, but when done together, they can create a true multiplier effect on your visibility, authority, and business growth. But first, I want to be sure you've thought about how to determine your best fit visibility platform by considering a wide variety of options first. You need to know about all the platforms so you can choose the platform that delivers the best engagement and return on investment. So if you're ready to start sharing your story with the world, here's how to get started. Now, oops, I'm in the wrong place. Let me change where I am in the presentation real quick, and then we'll get going. Now, in the meantime, I also want to just note that a lot of folks have been incredible in sharing their stories. In the homework, I had suggested that really all you need is a bullet point list of specifically what your story is about. And I am happy to go through those outlines. If you also want to completely write out your story, as many of you have done, I'm happy to review the story as well. But know that right now, the only thing you really have to do is choose your story and then ensure that you have written sort of the bullet points for sharing your story with the world. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. So here we go. We're at session 4, and we're going to start sharing your story with the world. Now, I think most of you have joined because you're looking to land more speaking opportunities. Yes? Put a yes in the chat if you're looking to land more speaking opportunities. Now, if that's true, you've got more options than you think. Whether you're a seasoned speaker or just starting out, there are countless ways to find your next stage. You can tap into your local community. You can use smart search strategies. You can explore both online directories and offline networks. And from service clubs to universities, trade associations to business groups, I got to tell you, speaking opportunities are everywhere. So ask your clients, collaborate with your peers, let speaker directories or alerts do the legwork for you. And don't forget to think creatively. corporate teams, special interest groups, and even your vendors can open unexpected doors. So whether you're a seasoned speaker or maybe you're just starting out, there are countless ways for you to find your next stage. So I will tell you that in our resource center, I have a long list of resources for you. So in the last week of the masterclass series, week 4, you're going to find in our resource center for week 4 an incredibly exhaustive list of all of these opportunities. So don't miss going to our resource center and downloading that incredibly valuable resource. But the very first recommendation I would make is to tap into local organizations like Rotary, Kiwanis, Chambers of Commerce, business networking groups that regularly seek engaging speakers. All of those groups are looking for speakers every single month. You can also leverage Google with targeted searches like call for speaker and your topic, industry, or city to uncover new events. You can also connect with your local colleges, universities, and by partnering with professors, you can host forums or panels that are relevant to your expertise. You can also join speaker directories such as Speaker Services, Speaker Zone, and leadHERship Global. We have an exclusive partnership with an organization called Innovation Woman, which is a speaker's mastermind offering speaker services and a speaker's directory. Now, listen, don't overlook free gigs. They often lead to paid opportunities, so don't discount those. I would also suggest that you get involved with special interest clubs like local business publications, trade associations. These are always on the lookout for fresh voices and dynamic presentations. Ask your clients and peers about the groups that they belong to, or maybe events that they have spoken at. And those kinds of collaborations can lead to powerful referrals and shared stages. You can also explore online directories like allconferences.com, eventsinamerica.com, conferencealerts.com. All of those offer you industry-specific events that are looking for speakers. You can also stay informed by setting up alerts with tools like Google Alerts. I imagine most of you have that. But there's also TalkWalker and Mention. So those opportunities come directly to you anytime that there is a speaker's opportunity that aligns with your area of expertise. You can also try pitching to big companies. If your topic has corporate relevance, a lunch and learn or an internal event can elevate your credibility, because then you can say, I spoke at Apple, I spoke at HP, I spoke at, I don't know, eBay, right? And think outside the box. By partnering with vendors or sponsors your audience uses, they might actually host or support your next talk. So overall, I would say stay curious, stay visible, and keep sharing your voice. Your next stage is much closer than you think. With curiosity, consistency, and a little creativity, your next speaking opportunity could be just a call, a click, or a conversation away. And don't forget, I have a long list of resources as a downloadable added value resource in the last week of the masterclass resource center. So be sure to check out our resource center and download the resources in week 4. Okay, so now we're going to talk about podcasts and the speaker circuit. If you're sharing your story right now through podcasts, or you're interested in launching your own speaker circuit, great storytelling is key. Now, to help you start strong, I shared a list of media outlets in our resource page last week. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go to week 3 in our resource page and download the incredible list of media outlets that I compiled for podcasts, TV, newspaper, radio, everything that you can imagine. But keep in mind that even though it's an incredibly exhaustive list, It's actually just a starter sample to get the ball rolling. There are even more opportunities than what I presented in the sexy media list compilation. Now, if you want to get featured in the right media outlets, I got to tell you, the key, are you ready? Is to start by listening. So, what I'm going to suggest you do is survey your audience. Find out what podcasts they love, what shows they trust, and where they spend their time. Your ideal media list starts with the preferences of the audience that you are trying to serve. Then dig into top media lists online, like the one that I shared with you. Look for outlets that align with your message and your values. Combine what you discover with audience insights, and then boom, you've got a smart, targeted list that works specifically for you. So I would say, number one, let your audience guide you and let your research refine your reach. Start simple, stay intentional, and let your story lead the way. And again, don't miss the resources that were shared last week in the Masterclass Resource Center that provide at least a starter sample of the top media across every single platform. All right, so I said that you start by listening. And I have to tell each and every one of you that you have an audience already. By simply asking a very straightforward question, you'll end up with a ton of topic ideas to prioritize and pitch. Just write a quick email. So all of you have an audience on your email database, right? So just write a quick email to your email list using this approach. Help me help you get the insight that you really need. Mention that you're working on producing more valuable content for them, but you need their help to decide what to write. Then ask your question. Collect all of the responses on something like a Google form, and all of a sudden you have direction of what your audience is looking for in terms of content. So for example, you could start with, what's the biggest problem you have with your product, your service, your area of expertise, right? Then create a Google form, plug the question into it, and hit send. After a day or two of replies, export the answers into a Google Sheet and analyze the responses. Pick out some ideas that are provided by your audience. These are the people you want to serve. So ask them what they need. That is one of the easiest and quickest ways to start by listening. Now, I'm also going to tell you about a really neat trick. This is insider information from columnists and writers of the top media across industry and across platform. This is going to help you zero in on the stories that you'll want to develop, shape, and make your own. And let me just say, the platform doesn't matter. TV, radio, newspaper, magazines, blogs, podcasts, all of this is applicable. So first, find 2 or 3 contributors who write about your area of expertise, your unique niche, and look at the kind of content that they publish. Now, ask yourself, how is your perspective similar or different from theirs? How can you solve a problem that maybe they're highlighting? How can you offer a different level of expertise than what you're reading from those people that often write about your expertise? Try to find the missing pieces of the puzzle that they outline. Provide a different perspective, provide your own solution, and that will really help you be distinguishable, be uncopyable, be irresistible, but really tie into the content that your audience is looking for. Now, let's talk about how to identify your best fit visibility platform and make it your growth engine, and why consistency beats complexity every single time, and how to align your strategy to the platform that delivers your best engagement and your best return on investment. All right. Want to grow faster? Want to reach the right people? Well, I got to tell you, you have to start by finding your best fit visibility platform, the one where your ideal audience already shows up and already engages. Are they scrolling on LinkedIn, learning on YouTube? Maybe they're listening to podcasts. Go deep on the one platform first and be exceptional there. Really do your homework and create incredibly valuable thought leadership, not just a regurgitation of what other people have said, but be unique, be distinctive, be uncopyable, be exceptionally you. And I would also suggest that you use the audience data, the surveys, and the analytics that you have built in order to find those topics that your audience is most interested in. Now, once you have the audience data, because you've begun by listening, you've aggregated all of your surveys, you're using your analytics, you're ready to choose your primary growth engine. Now, once you've got momentum, then repurpose that content smartly to other channels. Don't spread yourself thin trying to be everywhere. Be exceptional in one place first. And once you've built traction, you can repurpose strategically to other platforms. So focus, grow, then expand strategically. All right. So let's talk about where to find your best fit platform, the place where your voice resonates and your audience is ready to engage. To start, lean into your data. Most social platforms offer free built-in analytics, tools like LinkedIn Analytics, Instagram Insights, and YouTube Studio. They actually reveal who's watching you, when they're engaging with your content, and what content truly connects with your audience. I got to tell you guys, that is pure gold when deciding where to focus your energy. Then just ask. Use tools like Google Forms or SurveyMonkey to check in with your audience. Again, start by listening. Ask them where they spend their time, what kind of content they love, and how they prefer to hear from you. It's pretty simple, but I got to tell you, it is incredibly powerful. And for a next level boost, try an AI-powered audience insight tool like Spark Toro. It shows you where your audience is hanging out online, like where they're aggregating, which podcasts they follow, what websites they visit, and even who they consider to be an influencer for them. Now, these tools don't just give you data, they give you direction. So use them to show up where you matter most. This is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Now, you've heard me say that consistent content beats complexity every time. Here's a powerful truth to remember, because this absolutely will change the way you approach content creation. Consistent content beats complex content every single time. You don't need to create more to make impact. That's a writer downer. You don't need to create more to make an impact. The real magic lies in creating content that's sustainable, consistent, and valuable. Your audience doesn't need perfection. They need reliability. And some of the biggest wins come from the simplest formats. Like maybe you make a quick Motivation Monday post every single Monday for 3 months, or you create a weekly Q&A or a short monthly leadership insight. The key here is to do it consistently so your audience comes to expect it. When your audience knows that they can count on you, that builds trust, which builds momentum. So how do you get started without burning out? Well, there are 3 action steps. First, choose 2 to 3 core content pillars, topics that you're passionate about and that you're known for. I would love for you guys in the chat, write the 2 to 3 core content pillars that you think you have unique expertise in, you have unique thought leadership in, you're passionate about and known for. Add those to the chat. I'd love to see what your core content pillars are. Then build a simple content calendar. Aim for weekly or at least bi-weekly posts that you can actually stick to. And finally, focus on quality over quantity. I gotta tell you, one of the most common objections I hear around social media is, ugh, it takes so much time. And I just do a video and then I redo it and redo it and redo it. It takes so much time. Or I write a post and then I edit it and then I run it through ChatGPT and then I rewrite it. I gotta tell you, take imperfect action. Yep, that's it. Take imperfect action. Done is better than perfect, especially when you're building trust and visibility over time. Remember, your consistency is what will set you apart, not the complexity of your content and not the perfect rendition of the content. Okay, so let's make content creation actually feel easier and much more doable, because it absolutely can be. All right, here are some of the go-to tools to help you stay organized, help you stay inspired, and absolutely on brand as you share your voice consistently and confidently. First up, content calendar tools, platforms like Trello, Asana, or Notion. They are all fantastic for mapping out your content themes, planning ahead, and keeping your schedule on track. Whether you like lists like me, or maybe you prefer vision boards or some sort of visually based layouts, there is a tool that fits your style. Next, you don't need to be a designer to create absolutely stunning branded content. Canva is your best friend here. Use it for polished graphics, templates, social media visuals that reflect your personal or professional brand with ease. Their templates are absolutely next level and will make your content shine. And when it's time to brainstorm, don't do it alone. We have groups within leadHERship Global that work together on social strategy. But I will also tell you that AI tools like ChatGPT or Jasper can help you batch ideas, outline posts, and even fine-tune your message. So think of them as, really kind of your creative collaborators, and they are ready when you are. You can be creating content at 11 o'clock at night or 5 a.m. in the morning. They are available whenever your schedule permits. And I have found that these tools are not just time savers, they're confidence boosters. You can use them to build a system that feels good, looks great, and keeps your content flowing. So lots of opportunities there. Now, we're going to talk about aligning your strategy to the platform that delivers your best engagement. First, I would say, don't chase trends. Remember when, oh gosh, what was that platform that was all about talking and no visuals? I'm sorry?
It was Clubhouse, I believe you're thinking.
That's it. Remember when Clubhouse was all the rage and you had to be part of Clubhouse and you had to have your own room and you had to join all these other rooms? It was such a time suck for me. I just opted out of the entire thing. And what I would say is, don't chase trends. Track what truly works for you and for your brand. And I would also say that, listen, across social media, likes, well, they're nice, but leads and impact are the real win. So check your data monthly, see what's converting, and then fine tune your strategy from there. Because whether you receive 5 likes or 1 million likes, it may not move the needle at all for your business. Next, I would say post smarter, not harder. right? Another writer downer. Post smarter, not harder. Adjust the formats, the frequency, the calls to action based on real results. What's working for you? When something hits, well, absolutely repurpose it like a pro across all platforms, or turn that into a lead magnet. So when something hits, when all of a sudden you get 1 million likes, you get a ton of reposts, you have a ton of comments, well, you've struck a nerve. So repost that across all platforms and then consider making that a lead magnet. I gotta tell you, when it comes to social particularly, clarity beats vanity all the time. And let your data lead the way. Do not chase trends. Do not chase likes. All right. Finally, here are some recommended tools and resources that can help you. If you want to turn content into real results, well, I would suggest that you let the right tools show you the way. You can use Metricool, Buffer, or Hootsuite to see how your content is performing across platforms. And they provide that data all in one place. So if you want to know how YouTube is doing versus Instagram versus LinkedIn versus Facebook, they provide that all in one place. You can also track conversions with HubSpot, Go High Level, ConvertKit to find out what content actually moves people through your funnel. And don't forget Bitly or UTM links. They're almost like, I think of them as a GPS for your posts, showing you exactly what's driving traffic and opt-ins. Data, I gotta tell you, guys, if you are not looking at your data, you're missing out because data is your compass. You have to use it to steer your strategy with confidence. All right. Now, you know that I am a big advocate of community. If you have thousands of followers, that's super cool. But the true success comes from serving the right people exceptionally well. And that's all of what we're about in leadHERship Global, is serving the right audience with excellence every single day. And it starts by listening. So listen to your community, keep showing up with value, build real relationships. I will tell you that one of the people that is a part of this masterclass, Laura Patterson, is actually also an ambassador for leadHERship Global and one of our most active members that gives me real feedback. She said to me, Linda, one of my biggest goals this year is to get on a board. And I'm really looking for support and help in landing a board role. So we created a 6-month masterclass on how to get on a board. Because if it was important to Laura, it was probably important to a lot of other people too. That starts with listening. It's not about one quick win. It's about the long game. One loyal client is worth more than 100 clicks. So focus on excellence, not chasing dollars. And remember, it might take 10 touches before someone actually says yes. Now, my final encouragement is, in my experience, visibility becomes effortless when your platform, your message, and your rhythm are aligned. Again, the goal throughout this entire series is not to do more, but actually to do less with greater clarity and consistency. And as you take bold action on these 3 priorities, know that you're not just growing your brand, you're building a movement of influence and of trust. And if you'd like to have help choosing your platform, creating a content rhythm, or mapping performance to results, I'd be honored to support you. Now, you have really 2 choices. The first option is to do nothing, and the result will be the same, nothing. You'll feel stuck, frustrated, and left wondering why opportunities seem to pass you by. The second option is to invest in your success. Get started today. Reach a new audience, craft compelling stories, speak on stages, and get the exposure that you deserve. Now, I will also tell you that success is in your hands, and there's no one that can do this for you. So if you're interested in receiving support and help, absolutely happy to partner with you and help you create those compelling stories and help you get the opportunities to speak on stages and get the exposure that you deserve. But the best way to do this is to seek out the right people, get expert guidance, and take action today. Finally, get the proven tools to reach new audiences, tell and craft compelling stories behind your brand, speak on stages, and get the exposure you deserve. Through leadHERship Global, we have the opportunity to partner with you to help you reach your most ambitious goals faster. Through leadHERship Global, we help you accelerate your growth with expert guidance, build powerful connections and collaborations that can really make meaningful connection and impact. And we help you expand your influence and visibility. If you're interested in getting started now, we have the link at the bottom of the slide. Now, I will tell you, many of you have already taken this opportunity to level up and be part of this incredibly impactful global community. And I congratulate you, because I will tell you, there is not a more cost-efficient and effective, impactful way to really level up your success and accelerate your success. And as we do every single week, we have an offer that is unique to you for everyone who's joining this masterclass. The opportunity, again, this week only, and keep in mind that's till this Friday, is to provide opportunities for you to write in a magazine called Influence Magazine, which is a value of about $1,500. We will give you a growth and scale diagnostic, which shows you exactly where you are on the growth and scale trajectory, exactly which challenges you're facing right now, and how to overcome those challenges, and what the next step is to accelerate your growth and scale. So where you are now and the challenges that you need to overcome, as well as what you need to prepare for to move to the next level of growth and scale. And I personally will do a message workshop with you, a personalized one-to-one session to nail your message. Every time we've done a workshop, we offered 2 bonus workshops during this series, both on Fridays for 1 hour. The message breakout group was always the largest. So what we're going to do is provide a personalized one-to-one session to nail your message and help you be prepared for those big, big media opportunities. All right. So we're going to, as we do every single week, we are going to raffle off a LinkedIn Live, which I'm super excited about. And then we're going to move into a time of sharing and Q&A. Now, I will say, because there are a few people that have taken consistent action through the last month, they have shown up every single masterclass. They have been incredibly active in our community. They've shared their homework. They've provided input to other members of our community, and they've left testimonials, which is so huge. Thank you to each and every one of you that have provided either a written or a verbal testimonial. That has been gold. Will all of you have extra chances to win in our spin the wheel? So because you've shown up every single week, because you've turned in your homework, because you've helped other community members, and because you've left a testimonial, your chances to win a free LinkedIn Live with me is double, triple, quadruple what it is those that have not taken action and really played full out. All right. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you so that we can get going.
Perfect. First, let's give a shout out to Linda. I mean, this month, huge, huge. And if I could just ask one thing, if you don't have your camera on, can you put it on for 1 second so we can get a good photo of this group? That would be really awesome, with your awesome smiles, because Linda's given so much value. And hint, we're going to do this again in a different way. We have some ideas, but so you'll all want to come back. All right, perfect. Let me just get this screenshot ready. All right. On three, everybody give me your best smile, wave. That's when it's going. One, two, three. All right, perfect. We will get that out there. Also, if you can help Linda with testimonials, right on that awesome resources page that we kept on putting out there, we made this easy. Everything's there. If you could give her a video testimonial, I promise you, you will see that on social media with you tagged on it. So if you start implementing some of these things Linda's talking about and you get things out there that the market wants to see, you'll get some exposure. We will do this at some point again, probably towards the fall in a different version, and we'll tell you about that. Still covering the same content, but we have some ideas on that. So, Linda, we're going with the person has to be live that wins this, right?
Yes, you have to be here in order to win.
All right. So I'm going to go just first roll. If you hear, you won. If not, we're going to keep on going. So if you see your name, please jump quick so I know because I scan quick and we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. I'm surprised the dog and the cat didn't hop on this because they hear me talking. That's when they normally come up. All right, who's our lucky winner?
John
John.
Kennedy, my friend.
Where's John?
Yay. I'm so excited. That's great news.
All
So
right, perfect. Thank you.
And I
Awesome.
would say
congrats.
to everybody that has one, Bridget and John and others, please know that all you have to do is drop me a note about the date and time that works best for you over the course of June, July, August, whatever, right? So it is up to you to choose the date and time, and we're going to focus on your story.
Yeah.
So if you have bullet points that you want me to really iterate during our LinkedIn Live. If there are questions you want me to ask, please don't hesitate to give that direction to me because I want the focus to be on you and your story. And now that you've gone through the masterclass, I'd say that story is well and good dialed in. Yes? Yes. All
So,
right.
and
So
I'll
I
also
will know.
just say, Linda, just to add to that, if you time it right, and you get the thing announced a couple weeks early, you can market that really well. I've helped clients convert many people as clients on LinkedIn Lives, just talking about them or into their events. So, you really think that strategy out. It's not like just, hey, let's go do a LinkedIn Live. Linda's going to give her time. And if you leverage that correctly, it will produce results. And one more shout out to Linda. Y'all know Friday she wasn't feeling well. She's been a little bit under the weather and she's still under the weather. So I'm watching a woman just control this still. And I know when she's done here, she's probably going to go take a nap. So just give her another shout out because she's definitely under the weather
Very
still
good.
today. All
So
right, Linda.
Chris knows this, and some of the people on the call do, and that's what the chat is referring to. I've actually been in the hospital for 5 days. So I was in the hospital for 5 days. I evidently had a kidney infection that spread throughout my body, and I became septic. And it was very touch and go for a few days there. And as Amanda knows, I am also a type 1 diabetic. And because of that, there were a lot of complications. I had ketones that were seeping into my urine, which is really dangerous for type 1 diabetics. I was really close to DKA, which I mean, it's kind of like a game over diagnosis. So it was really serious. So last time when I was here and I said, I don't feel that well, it was Friday when we did our workshop together. I'm not feeling well. I have a fever. Well, that was it. And so I ended up going to the hospital and they said, oh, you are very, very sick. So anyway, just got out of the hospital just in time to be able to do this. So very, very appreciative of the fact I feel well enough to be able to be with all of you. So that's what was going on kind of behind the curtains. All right. So now what I'd love to do is for everyone to be able to ask any questions that you've had sort of in your head, or if you've had any places where you got stuck, or any places where you're not sure where to move forward. I'd love to talk about that. And Dottie, I see you have your hand up.
Well, I was noticing in the chat, there were several people that didn't know how to make that connection between your survey and the Google Sheets. So I'm going to create a little video later today, and just post it in the group. Can I do that, Linda? I mean,
That
like, will
is
everybody
so
get it?
kind of you, Dottie. That is incredible. So look at an example of a leader taking action to support others. I haven't even gotten to that in the chat yet. Dottie, that is amazing. And this is a perfect example of how leadHERship Global operates. Dottie's a member, and people are just so generous and so giving and so helpful and so supportive. And this is an example of that. Dottie, that's amazing. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And she also happens to be a website guru. So if any of you are looking for any kind of support or help with any kind of digital platform, but especially your website, please reach out to Dottie. She's amazing. All right. Anyone have any questions or comments? Yeah, Dan.
Well, first of all, you are a true force of nature. As you know, I love you. I think what you're providing is off the chart incredible. So just want to acknowledge you for that. And, the social media thing, I have been constrained. It's just too much work. It's too much, too much, too much. So I now have found two platforms that I'd love to share with your group. One is called Relevance AI, and I'll put these in the chat. The other is Replit. These are agents where you can create a social media agent as the big piece, and underneath it, you can create sub-agents, one for LinkedIn, one for Instagram. So whatever your favorite platform is, based on Linda was saying, this world of AI and agents really is such a game changer in terms of being effective, not being constrained by, oh my gosh, I have too much work. So I hope those things would be helpful for you to take a look at if you're so inclined. And Linda, my other question is, do you use any VAs or other team that you've set up that actually, so that you're not doing all the work 100%?
I do have a team of people that help me with specific things. Um, uh, I have some technology support, marketing support, that type of thing. So yeah, Dan.
All right. Well, again, just kudos to you for brilliance and making a huge difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. And you know how much respect and admiration I have for you as well. You're one of the most powerful leadership coaches I've ever met. And so kudos to you, my friend, for everything that you do to impact the world. All right. What else? Yeah, Rosie.
I have a meeting booked with you coming up very soon, and the purpose of that meeting was to go through the overwhelmingly incredible offers that have been coming out of leadHERship Global through you, and it's a little bit, too big for my brain to handle. But where the focus should be, where the ROI is just exactly what you were talking about today, which is super cool. But could I get just a nugget from you could you give us a bit about really where, if you're going into radio, this is who you are. If you're going onto TV, this is who you are, or does it not work that way at all?
So what I would say is, again, start by really clearly identifying your audience. That was week one. And once you're really dialed in on the very specific audience that you're trying to serve, ask them. Ask them what platforms they're dialed into now. Do they listen to podcasts? Do they listen to NPR radio? Are they on YouTube? Do they care about LinkedIn? How often do they go to LinkedIn? Who are some of the influencers that they follow? Who are some of the trusted sources of information that matter most to them? And then I'd say between what your audience is telling you really matters, comparing that against the media list that I gave you, or you can find online, that will give you this beautiful cross section of these are the top media outlets within every single genre, right? So these are the top podcasts, these are top newspapers, these are the top magazines, etc. And then this is what my audience tells me they're listening to. These are the people they trust. These are the platforms they go to. That intersection is exactly where you want to go. Now, what I would also say is that choose one. Choose one for just a while, especially if you're talking about social. Choose one social platform. Get that content creation engine dialed in. Make sure that you can create content consistently and reliably, right? Maybe it's once a week, maybe it's once a month, whatever is best for you. But make sure that you are developing content that is rich and valuable. And it's not a regurgitation of what somebody else said. It's really your unique thought leadership. It's your unique perspective. Remember, being distinguishable, uncopyable, and irresistible starts with what makes you uniquely you. So really begin from that place. Post consistently. Find out what's driving marketplace reaction. See if, posting once a week, golly, week 3, the engagement was just off the charts. What did I talk about? What was it that created such incredible engagement in week 3? Oh my gosh, it was about AI in coaching. And that's evidently something nobody's really talking about, is how AI is boosting one-on-one coaching performance, right? And it's really catching fire. Okay, well, now I have a post that now I can spread to every single platform, and I may have found a pillar that I can talk about. This may be a new content pillar that I want to add to my repertoire, right? And maybe I want to build a story around this. Maybe I want to build an area of expertise around this because I'm testing with social and finding what's really hitting fire. Does that help at all, Rosie?
It does. I am breaking into new communities and new people. So
Yeah.
therefore, what I do now may not be the same as what it is in 6 months. So do it again. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think of social as constant experimentation to find out what hits and what doesn't. I mean, really, it's your very best resource or research tool. It's your very best tool to conduct research. And when you find those posts that really catch fire, you're like, aha, there's something here that triggered a reaction in the marketplace that I need to pay attention to. And that's why those tools that I offered you in terms of analytics can be so impactful. And listen, that presentation I just gave, those tools are, in my opinion, the best tools, the best platforms, the best everything that I could ever offer you. And it's in one quick presentation, right? It is power-packed arsenal of tools and resources available to you for everything you need to find that platform that is really going to be your growth engine. Amanda.
I'm going back to replay for sure. Thank you.
You got it.
Yes, thank you. Speaking of analytics, there was some stuff going on in the chat. We were talking about Go High Level, and if you're not, tagging things appropriately, you don't know how to measure that data. So please, if you're not working within a CRM and able to track your lead magnets and your posts and who's doing what and who's opening what emails, talk to somebody who knows how to help you do that. That was just one thing. But also we were talking in the chat, somebody mentioned Circle. I am in the process of picking a platform to launch a paid community. I know there is Collab and Go High Level. I don't like it. Is that what you're using for the masterclass?
Yes, so for the masterclass, our community page is through Go High Level. So that entire community structure is a Go High Level functionality within the suite of Go High Level.
Okay. I know that I've heard of Circle, I've heard of Heartbeat, I've used School. Is anybody in here using a platform for a paid community? I'm just questioning.
And what I would say is add it to the chat.
Yeah, if anybody could just add that to the chat. I don't need to have a conversation about it. I just wanted to put that out there.
And as you add that to the chat, only include those platforms you're happy with. I know a lot of people lose a lot of different platforms that they're unhappy with. Well, don't include those. Only those that you would recommend to Amanda.
Yes, please.
All right. What else, ladies? Really, nothing over the last 4 weeks. Okay, Amanda Barr, there we go. Thank you.
And I'm so glad you are here today, and I'm so grateful that you're doing all right. And I hope you rest after this. Please go rest.
I will tell you, Amanda has checked on me just about every single day over the Memorial Day weekend. So grateful, as has Gail, wherever Gail is.
Yeah.
There she is. Gail Stevens also checked on me via text almost every single day.
So my question for you, Linda, is in this process, we're all at different levels. Some of us on this are just starting out, and some have been in the game for a long time. How did you, when you started out, have the confidence when you were sharing maybe a new message? Like for myself, I'm going to be bringing a new message out, and there's a little doubt of will it land, will it hit? So how do you approach that and confidence? What are some of the things you've done?
Well, I would tell you, I wasn't even sure this masterclass was going to work. I told Chris, I said, I hope anybody shows up. I mean, I hope that anybody shows up, and I hope it's impactful, and I hope it's valuable. I've definitely, I mean, I have done hours and hours and hours and hours of research and work to provide to you what I feel like is the very best information across the topics we've covered. But I wasn't even sure it was going to land, Amanda. What I find is the very best way of generating a level of confidence is to either have a small personal board of advisors that you share it with in advance that can give you honest, objective, unbiased guidance and feedback. So having a small group of advisors can be really helpful. And in leadHERship Global, we have leadership boards. Those leadership boards are really created to help you have your own personal board of advisors. Amanda, I know your trust forum and specific members of your trust forum would gladly go through the content with you and give you feedback, right? So I'm looking at Dorothy, I'm looking at Laura. Everybody would be happy to give you feedback. The other thing that you could do through the trust forum, the other thing you could do is start teasing some of the content on social. And again, see what the marketplace reaction is on social, especially knowing your business. Amanda is sort of an exit expert. So she helps businesses prepare for exit, but she also helps businesses grow and scale their business. So she really helps with the entire life cycle, but that exit expertise is hard to come by, and Amanda really does offer that. And so for you, Amanda, I would think that LinkedIn is going to be a really important platform for you. And so with that, I would create maybe a series of posts that begin to tease this new content and just ask for feedback, and see what kind of feedback people give you. So I would say a small cohort of personal advisors, and the marketplace reaction is going to be the very best way to give you confidence. Thank you for asking, my dear friend. All right, we've got Gail, and then we've got Deborah. Gail. You're on mute, my love.
Yes.
There we go.
I am so thrilled, like all of us, to see you and your energy, and so grateful, especially hearing what actually was happening behind the scenes. So thank you. And thank you for this amazing set of classes, Linda. I mean, this is library quality.
Oh, yeah.
People to be able to pull out and use. So my question is, how long for our community will you be keeping the resource area?
Oh, super good question. Thank you. Yeah, the resource center and the community page will be available for at least 4 weeks. So please download whatever you haven't downloaded, download the replays, the value-added resources, the homework, all of that. And I will tell you, don't miss week 4, because I included 2 resources that I took a lot of time to think through and design and research and all that I think are going to be really helpful to you. So don't miss week 4, because there are some resources available in the resources tab of the Resource Center. I will also make sure that we remind you of that in the community page. Good question, Gail. Thank you. Hi, Deborah.
Hey, girlfriend. I had an interview at the exact time. It was already set up 100 years before that coincided and conflicted with your Friday, and I wasn't there, and I didn't know how ill you were, and I'm moved beyond words. I've been the power of attorney for 8 people, in addition to being resident to other family members in sepsis. I'm so grateful to see you, sister.
I know. I kept sort of denying that it was as serious as it was. And my husband's like, Linda, I was scared. Like, you were so touch and go. You don't know how serious you were, like septic, your entire body. So again, by the grace of God, he preserved me, and I'm here with you today and super happy about it. I'm not 100%, but I am. Every single day I feel stronger again by the grace of God. So I'm very grateful. And Deborah, thank you.
Yeah, can everybody just send Linda prayers, vibrations, juju?
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, everyone. Thank you. Suzanne, Carrie, Diane, Dottie, everybody. Thank you. All right, Debbie.
Well, I have been sending you healing prayers, just to let you know.
It worked. Debbie, it worked. Thank you.
Yes. And I got to say, I've learned so much from this. I mean, I didn't realize how much work I had to do. But my whole point was the last homework assignment, I felt more comfortable about it, and I did what I needed to do. And I had my own issues too with with a family member in my home. But I was sharing with others, I have a lot more work to do. But at least I learned the tools to do it, and I really appreciate it.
That is awesome, Debbie. Thank you so much. You know, that is and I would still invite you over the next 4 weeks to get involved in the community, because that is where the gold is. You're not doing this in isolation. You're getting real-time feedback from other leaders from all over the world about your positioning, your messaging, your ideal audience, your story. You're getting immediate and really impactful feedback from other people. Last time we were together, I noted how incredibly active Carol Kammerer was. And I was, again, singing her praises because she gave so much time and so much attention to every single person's post. She gave her wisdom, her perspective, her input. And listen, it's not just one person that matters. It's all of us together. That's where you're going to receive this theme, right? So on several posts, I saw 4 or 5 people post that it was too long or it was too complicated, or gosh, I didn't even get through it, right? Well, think about that. That's 4 or 5 people giving you incredibly valuable feedback. Take action on that. If people are giving you feedback and it's resounding the same kind of messaging throughout, that gives you incredible research. That gives you incredible learning. So you don't have to believe one person. You can believe the collective. And that's where you're going to be able to make pivotal changes in your messaging, your audience, your platforms, everything, right? Now, because I was in the hospital, I wasn't able to get to everybody's homework from last week. Again, spending 5 days in the hospital will really sideline you. And even now, I'm not at 100%. So it may take me a little bit, but I will respond to everybody's post because I want you to get that really quality feedback from as many people as you possibly can. And Debbie, thank you for being here every single week, for providing your homework, for providing feedback to so many other people. I mean, your voice really matters here, and you've done a great job. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And I will do the testimony when I get the chance.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I would love testimonials from everyone if you feel moved to do that.
And let me know when you feel better. Okay?
Thank you. I've got 2 weeks of literally a pharmacy full of antibiotics to make my way through. And then I think I'll be back at full measure. Yeah.
Good.
What else? Anything else? I know we're at the top of the hour, but I don't want to cut anyone off. Hi, Megan. Good to see you. I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, there we go. Hi. First off, thank you for being here today. I mean, I feel like we all would have understood if we had to postpone. So thank you. Secondly, I'm just curious. I'm looking at a kind of non-traditional business model. I'm looking at monetizing a YouTube channel.
It's great.
But haven't started at all. Don't even have a free community yet or anything like that. So I was just curious, do you have people in the community that maybe have done that, have guidance on how to do that? And I know the framework we've laid out is probably geared a little bit more towards a traditional business model.
No, listen, this is all about digital businesses, right? And digital platforms. More than anything else, you have to be incredibly adept at digital platforms, digital businesses now more than ever. So, Megan, you're right on trend, right? You're right on trend. And yes, we have women that have millions of followers on YouTube and have monetized those followers into subscribers. And they've even been able to create sort of almost like an apprentice model where they're able to give donations. So those subscribers that are subscribing for a fee can also make donations to the YouTube channel for certain content to be developed or whatever, right? Now, I will tell you that we have some incredibly successful, very creative women in leadHERship Global that I'm proud to be able to say I even know, let alone friends, colleagues, advisors, that type of thing. But I will say the very best example of this is probably my son-in-law, yes, who has now reached the milestone of 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Yep, you heard me right, 10 million.
Yeah.
And he has transferred that into a separate business, which is all about business analytics. And he has a platform that he, touts quite a bit. And he has over 1 million people that have signed on to his digital business, all about analytics from his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
YouTube has given him all kinds of free advertising. He has analytics software manufacturers and corporations that have paid him $20,000 for an endorsement of their product. Meaning if he deems it to be worthy of endorsement, they've paid him $20,000 for one social media post. One. So if you wanted to meet Alex, I'd be happy to arrange that as well, Megan.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I'm looking at. Just a little background. This channel that I'm looking to start, it's people have told me I need to do this versus this was just kind of a homegrown thing. So it feels like it's the right time, and it feels like this is the right time to make it big.
I love it. Well, I'm here to support anyway, so let me know. But yes, we have lots of examples of people that have done that. They've taken a YouTube channel and spun it into a separate business, which has a significant fee. They've created subscribers, which of course there's a dollar associated with every single subscriber. And then those subscribers can become patrons, and there is a dollar figure for every single patron. So you can modify some of that as you see fit, but there's revenue opportunities in developing not just followers, but subscribers, and then moving those subscribers to patrons, and then moving those people into an online digital business. And we have lots of good examples of that in leadHERship Global. But again, I think my very best example is my very humble but brilliant son-in-law, Alex, who is just, I mean, hitting it out of the park. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet him. Thank you.
Anything else?
Oh,
all right, Chris.
Can I add one more thing? Sorry. I have actually paid for a business coach, and the information you're giving away for free in this course is by far and away better than some of the paid content I've come across. So you're knocking it out of the park. Everyone loves your masterclass. Love it.
Thank you so much, Megan. Thank you. I appreciate that feedback. So,
A
Chris,
mic
I know
drop
we're
right
at
there.
time, so I just want to give you last words of anything I may have missed.
Like I said, we're going to do this again. I just want to say thank you for Linda for doing this, because she's shifting some things in her business, right? So she's living as a leader, as an example for each and every one of you. When Amanda said, hey, I don't know if this is going to work, I've worked with some well-known names, and I'll tell you, before they start a virtual event, all of them God, I hope somebody shows up today, right? So don't think that feeling goes away. I promise you it doesn't. I do my own every time. Man, I hope some people show up. So it's normal. When I launch something new, I mean, I do my research to make sure the market needs it, but all these things Linda has set up for you, this is real stuff. This really works. This isn't like Megan said, hiring a business coach and praying this stuff works and then realizing, wow, I could have got this from this community. And I think that's a power testimonial there. If you're sitting on the fence of this community, I'm an endurance cyclist, and I'm going to tell you, doing any of this stuff alone is horrible. But when you can sit in a Peloton like this and get pulled along on the areas that others are strong in, and then you can jump in the front and pull others where they're strong, that's how you're going to grow. And the market is changing so fast. I'm seeing it with all my clients. So I just encourage you, take Linda up on this opportunity to be a part of this amazing community. And I thank you all for letting me join the last month too. Thank you, Linda.
You got it. So what I would also note are all those people that won LinkedIn Lives, like Rosie and Bridget and Ariel. Please don't miss the opportunity to schedule it with me, right? My calendar is out of control. So we're going to try to schedule it for 4 to 6 weeks in advance. We're going to promote the you know what out of your LinkedIn Live. We are really going to promote it on every channel, on every opportunity. You are going to be really well positioned for the LinkedIn Live. So don't hesitate to get those dates locked in now so that we can do the appropriate level of promotion for them. All right, ladies and gents, I just really want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I'm so glad that it was impactful for each and every one of you. If you have separate questions or you want to meet with me personally to learn more about leadHERship Global, if that's something you're interested in, is you have personal questions about the level of membership or what the membership's really about, please don't hesitate to drop me a note. I'm happy to schedule time with you as well. So happy to do that. And for all leadHERship Global members that have been a part of this, know that all the extra special offers I've made are clearly available to all of you too. Holy cow, of course I'm going to make them available to all of our members. So do not hesitate to reach out to me if any of the things I've talked about look new, right? You're like, wait a minute, I don't think I've ever heard about that. Well, reach out to me because all of this is available to you as well. All right, I think that's it. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see our leadHERship Global members, hopefully at an event later this week. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Linda. Keep well.
Thank you.